Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we were out in Aberdeen, North Carolina playing the Best at the Pines tournament, C-tier, at the Village of Pinehurst course. It's a beautiful little course tucked away down in the Pinehurst area. It's got a couple of water holes. There's some hazards that you have to kind of watch out for. There's some venomous snakes and all kinds of wildlife out here that you want to be mindful of, but the course is wonderful to play. I would highly recommend going out to play this course if you have the chance to play it. Let's get this started. Hole 1, oh actually we started on hole 14 for round 1, which is a 216 foot par 3. I'm throwing my PA3. And this is also, I picked up some legacy discs. I've never thrown legacy, so I decided to buy about 9 of those and test them out today in a tournament. So, you know, why don't we do that? But started my PA3, threw my PA3 again, and I'm putting with Clutches today. Clutch is a 2301 putter from Legacy. The gravity plastic, and the gravity plastic felt great. Here we are on hole 15, 258 foot par 3. I am throwing my PA3 again. Had a good pull on it, just caught that one tree on the right and shot it left. Throwing my A5 here, just a little upshot. I tried to slide it through and got caught up in that thick grass, but I let myself a little par putt here, which I was able to cash in. Hole 16, 190 foot par 3, straight uphill. I'm throwing my PA5. The biggest thing is just get it through this tight gap right off the tee here, which I just threw it through the gap. I wasn't really trying to get it up to the basket. I just wanted to get it down the middle and just have an easy par. I missed my upshot there. Hole 17, 194 foot par 3, OB left. You'll see the pond over there. I'm throwing my PA5 again. Put a good pull on it, just kind of drifted into that tree on the right. Almost missed it. PA3 here, I'm just going to give it a big Annie run. I actually gave it a pretty decent bid there, but another par. Another easy par to finish out with. Hole 18. We're going to have a 323 foot par 3. I believe I'm throwing the Patriot here. Yes, that's the Patriot from Legacy Discs. It's kind of like a Leopard 3, 7, I think it's 7.6, -2-1. Didn't quite hold that turn like I wanted it to, but it's a good throwing disc. PX3 here, I'm trying to kind of save my par. Didn't quite turn as much as I wanted. Kind of left myself this long putt, and it's straight downhill right behind the basket. But I didn't care. I still gave it a run and just caught the top of the basket. And luckily stayed up top. Hit my putt there for the bogey. Hole number 1, 253 foot par 3. It's a big turnover backhand hole. Throwing the Bandit. It's a 9.5 -2-1, I believe. And it held pretty decently, and then at the very end it just kind of fought out. Kind of fought out more like I feel like it might be a -2-2. It might be more close to a Valkyrie than that -2-1. But gave it a good run for that birdie, and just off the top of the basket. Hole number 2 is a 263 foot par 3. I believe I'm throwing this is the Patriot again. Gave it a good pull, got it above the branch. And it starts to hyzer right at the end. I hit a tree at the very end, kind of knocked it down, but left myself this kind of big Annie putt for the bird. Just left it short. Another tap-in par. Well, number 3 is a 339 foot par 4, but it's a big left to right turn. It's probably plays further than 339 just because of how much turn there is. But I'm throwing the Outlaw here. It's like a destroyer. Had a good rip on it right down that left line and let it kind of fade back. Left myself a nice wide open gap to the basket, throwing the A2 here. I'm just going to rip an A2 straight at it and just let it hit that hill and slide up to the basket for an easy tap in birdie here. Hole number 4, 259 foot par 3. I believe I'm throwing the Patriot again. No, this is the Phenom. I believe this is a 8.5 -1-2. Good pull on it. Got around that tree at the far end, right into the middle of the fairway. Left myself this little birdie run here. Gave it good height, right into the middle of the basket. Hole number 5, 187 foot par 3. I'm going to throw the Pioneer on a thumber line. And once again, this course is a beautiful course. It's very well manicured. I believe the TD said they've done a lot of work out here, kind of cleaning up the brush a bit, and you can tell they did a lot of work out here. Gave it a good throw, big skip, and then I caught a tree and kicked it straight down. This putt here for birdie, I'm kicking myself because this should be cashed all day for me. This lends itself to my putting style, and I just left it low. Didn't give it any height, so I kind of left a birdie out there on that one. Took the par. Hole number 6, 305 foot par 3. It's straight downhill. I'm going to be throwing a PA5, trying to get it to flip up. And right there was a massive lightning and thunder strike, and this is where the round stopped. You can see here, this is after a 30-minute lightning delay. The ground is completely soaked from all the rain that came through. Threw an A2 here. My first shot back from the stoppage, and I put it next to the basket and tap in for par. Hole number 7. This is going to be a 445 foot par 4. I'm throwing a Ghost here. Ghost is it's a 4-speed overstable disc. It's like a 4503, I believe, and a honeybee plastic. And all I wanted to do was get it up to the gap. You don't really want to try to mush a driver. I'm throwing a Rival here, 7502, basically a T-bird for my upshot. But if you try to mush a driver and you hit one of these trees, this whole fairway is on like a mound, and left and right side are steep inclines. So you want to kind of stay up on this mound. I've got this to save my par. And that time I learned from the hole 6 and gave it the height it needed. Hole 8, 332 foot par 4. Big left to right turnover backhand. I'm throwing the Bandit again. I'm going to throw it on this Anheuser. And once again, it held that line pretty well until the very end, and it just dumped hard. But here I'm going to throw the A5 and just try to get myself up near the basket. Threw it pretty well. It just, I think it caught something and kind of fell down. Didn't quite get the turn on it that I wanted, so let myself a long birdie putt. I'm really liking these clutches too, and that gravity plastic. Very good feeling putter. Hole number 9, 203 foot par 3. Throwing my PA5. I'm trying to throw it on a big a flip up backhand, and I should have learned. It's 203 feet, but when you're putting a left to right arc on it, it's going to need a lot more power, and so I probably should have thrown a different disc. And this was just heartbreaking. I did this upshot. It was going right to the basket, just caught that tree to the left of the basket, and just rolled back into this thicket. This was not an easy putt. Caught the cage. This was a tough bogey to take. It should have been an easy par. Right, hole number 10, 235 foot par 3. I'm going to throw the ghost again. Gonna try to go down this right gap. Threw it pretty well. It was just a little low, I believe. I think if I could have got it higher, I'd have got it a lot closer to the basket. But this leaves me a long bit here for birdie. I couldn't really, that gap was pretty tight from where I was, so I couldn't get the angle on the disc that I needed to get it, actually give it a bid for the bird, so I kind of had to just lay it up for the par. This is hole number 11, 167 foot par 3. I'm throwing the Pioneer on a forehand. This is straight up the hill, and then it tucks hard right at the very end behind a thicket of trees. Out of the hand, this was perfect, and I thought I was going to be all over the basket, and I caught a limb and knocked it straight down behind this kind of bunch of trees. My only option here was basically a scuba. So I tried it. I tried to give it a run, but didn't quite get it. But got myself a pretty easy tap in for par here. Hole 12, 424 foot par 4. This one I'm throwing the Patriot again, and I don't know what happens here. Every time I'm rewatching this, it looks like I put good amount of Anheuser on it. It just comes out of it immediately. I'm not sure what happens, but it's almost out of bounds in the road. I mean, that was a rough shot. My only option here, I'm taking this A2 and I'm going to throw it on a forehand roller, just kind of throw it high, get it out, and just try to roll it down the fairway as far, as good as I can. Taking my A5 here, I'm going to try to put it on a big kind of Anheuser forehand. Try to get it around the corner, get it down to the basket, and it does pretty well, but at the very end it kind of fights out what it's supposed to. I didn't quite put enough turn on it. This should have been an easy putt for me, but once again I kind of fluffed the putt. And it's going to be a bogey. All right, in our last hole, we're going to be looking at hole 13, 224 foot par 3. I'm throwing the Pioneer again on a forehand. I'm going to try to just throw a big chop forehand up this hill. And out of the hand, I thought I absolutely mushed it. I thought it was going to be all over this basket. And you can see it's coming out of it, and I just catch a little limb at the very end. That limb right in front of me there, it knocked it straight down. My only option is just to kind of toss it up and take my par. But as you can see here, it's a pretty decent round. I went 1 over, 839 rated for the round. 4th place after round 1. The 1st and 2nd place and 3rd place guys just they played out of their boots. They absolutely slayed the course today. Which we'll see that in round 2, kind of where everybody finished. But I can't be upset with the round. It was a good round, especially throwing a bag of a lot of brand new discs that I literally got yesterday and threw for the first time. As you saw in the videos, the first time you saw that disc was the first time I threw it. So I really like that Legacy plastic too. The Icon plastic feels great. It kind of feels like a mix between Star and G-Star. It's not as gummy as G-Star, and it's not as firm as Star. It's kind of right in between. Felt really good. The Pinnacle plastic was their Champ type plastic. It feels good. The Honeybee plastic feels like a more grippy Champ. I only have the Ghost and the Honeybee, but I can actually get a good grip on it. A lot of times Champion plastic, it's kind of slick for me in my hand, and it's kind of hard for me to hold on to it, but the Honeybee felt great. So I'm gonna play with the Legacy discs a little bit more and see how they do overall, but I can't be upset with today's round, especially that first round. And we'll be back in just a little bit with round 2, so you can see how we finished up for the day. As always, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you again on the next one.